Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle, psychic medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy. The conversation is starting now.
Hey, I am happy you are here because we are going to be taking a deep dive into the guidance and the insight that your spirit guides want you to know for this week ahead. And not just them, but also the fairies, because I am going to be using the Oracle of the Fairies guidebook by Karen K. Gorgeous deck. Love the colors in this deck. It is just beautiful. If you are just listening to this podcast, then I definitely encourage you to check out my Instagram or Facebook. I will be putting on my Instagram stories and then I will be posting them in my Facebook feed. They are beautiful. So before we get started into this day's weekly reading, I just want to let you know that the Oracle 101 course is completely free and it is on its way. We are in week 2 of the course, but don't worry, you can always catch up. And it is free for Coffee and Cards members. And right now, it is still only $7 to join. However, that is not going to be the case as of April 1st. So definitely get in so that you can lock in that $7 for the trial and then also go ahead and only have it to be the $27 a month after that. Believe me, it is well worth it. If you've been on the fence or just wondering if it's for you, then definitely reach out to me and we can have a chat about it. And you can just use Heather Danielle medium@gmail.com. All right, now we are going to get into this week's reading. So for Monday, I pulled the card Life Energy. First off, there's a lot of yellows and a lot of pinks going on. This is really talking about having the confidence to do what you need to do. Remember, you have a lot of courage within you. I know that you do. And remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And Spirit wants you to know that. And if you are fearful of something or scared of doing something, whether it's telling somebody how you feel, whether it is, embarking on a new opportunity, changing jobs, whatever that is, Spirit is letting you know that that is telling you something. Your soul is scared or fearful for a reason. And the only way to figure out what that reason is to embrace that fear and do it anyways. Go ahead and make those choices, those decisions, and see what happens on the other side. Okay, so it says the happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Love this, love this. It says sometimes we hide our light for fear of being seen and feeling vulnerable. This is quite normal, but it serves us neither spiritually nor physically. Light also exposes any issues lurking in the shadows that need to be healed and released, allowing this process to happen. Once these issues are revealed, there's no need to dwell upon them anymore. Recognize and release them, then move on. This process is essential for spiritual growth. Radiating our natural light makes us feel good, and it can inspire others to shine their light too. Maybe the fairy of sunshine is saying you need to get more vitamin D from sunlight. Perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location is just what the fairy of sunshine ordered. She may also be telling you that if someone feels like a ray of sunshine in your life, keep them close. Or she may be calling you to be a ray of sunshine in somebody else's life. I'm just going to leave that with you. And we're going to go on to Tuesday's card. Tuesday's card is full of blue. Blue is all about the communication of that throat chakra. And there's actually dark blues and light blues. So it's just like however that you need to communicate is perfect. So do it. Some of us might have to just be very, very straightforward, and others, we are going to have to be a little bit more softer in our communication. And the moon energy is a feminine energy. So making sure that you are being open to receiving compliments, receiving what other people are saying. On Tuesday, it's going to be a really good day to go ahead and be a little bit more quieter, be a little bit more of an active listener, and just to kind of chill instead of being that one who is always acting or reacting. And it says, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. And it says, working in harmony with the moon can enhance any efforts you're making to manifest something in your life. The new moon phase is a perfect time to plant seeds of a wish you may have. As the moon grows, waxing through its phases, so too will your wish. The moon's waning phases are best for releasing anything that no longer serves your highest good, such as unpleasant thoughts, health issues, or people who aren't right for your life. When you place a crystal in the moonlight, it will absorb magical moonbeams, which then can be used for fairy spells. Clear quartz is particularly good at absorbing the moon's energy and will help to amplify things in your life, from health to finances. Amethyst is good for increasing spiritual energy, while rose quartz helps to enhance love. The fairy of moonlight also sends inspiration to you to write down your thoughts, poetry, or songs, or to even write a book. Writing down what's in your head can be very therapeutic. Don't censor your thoughts. Once the words are on paper, you've symbolically released them from your mind. You can bury or burn the paper to release fully any cares, worries, or concerns. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love how it says that writing them down is like all you need to do. And if you are someone who has a really busy mind and can't shut it off, this is really for you. Writing it down, getting it out. And I always tell people going ahead and journaling out all your emotions and how you feel. But even when you're in the car by yourself, talk to yourself, yell, cry, whatever. When you're in the shower, do it that way. You have to get some of those thoughts out sometimes. So often we hear that meditating is good for you. And believe me, it is. It's amazing. But sometimes it can be very difficult for us to sit in that silence, especially when we have so many thoughts going a mile a minute in our mind. So sometimes verbalizing or writing down those thoughts will help you. It'll also help you gain clarity too. So maybe you've been a little bit confused on what to say or what to do with what we've been told from spirit, like going ahead and letting people know how we feel, taking advantage of this and that. So maybe if we write it down or we verbalize even to ourselves while we're alone, our true feelings, it will let us know what our next step is. Okay, now we're going on to Wednesday's card. Oh, and look at this. It is the friendship card. Oh my gosh, it's a purple card, which is letting you know that your friends, the people that are around you, they might be supporting your spiritual journey. And if they're not, I definitely encourage you to get some spiritual friends, some spiritual besties, whether it's through like a Facebook group, a meetup group, or something with a community like Coffee and Cards Club, whatever you are drawn to. That is going to be very helpful, especially on Wednesday, because you need to be with people who will support you, people who understand your way of thinking. Oftentimes, we are born and placed into situations with people who are much more different than us. So sometimes, in order to make those relationships that we're kind of stuck in, whether it's family or friends that you just can't shake, we're often put in there to have soul lessons and soul growth and challenges. So we have to take it upon ourselves to find people of like minds to really get that sense of peace and that sense of home and the sense of that you are not crazy and you're around your other spiritual besties who have your back no matter what. And it says, fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Oh my gosh. And I feel a nature connection as well. Maybe if you are meeting up with your besties or even one of your best friends or a good friend, spending that time in nature is really going to help. I know for me, I always want to like meet my friends for like coffee or a drink or dinner or lunch. But instead of doing something like that, why don't you ask them to go for a hike with you or go for a walk in the park or something along those lines where you can really embrace that conversation with them while being in nature? Because I think that it's just going to make you feel so much better. And also, maybe that fresh air will do you good and also them a little good. It says here that this card is also asking if you are being a good friend or have you neglected your friendships. So perhaps an old colleague or school friend needs you to reach out. Close your eyes and see who pops into your mind. Then get in touch with them. Perhaps give them a call or send an email just to say hi and check and see if they're doing okay. Friendships can last a lifetime and should be treasured. It could also be a time to make new friends. So join a class or learn a new skill or go for a walk at a popular park attraction. By getting out and exploring, you're much likely to meet others with similar interests than if you stay home. You never know. You could make an FFF, a fairy friend forever. Oh, I love that. The fairy friend forever. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love how they're saying to reach out to others because I don't know about you, but I don't really keep in touch with anybody. I'm very, very bad at it. My husband's extremely good at it. So basically, a lot of my friends are like his friends. And so there's so many people I lost touch with over the years that were really good people. And it's like, maybe this is your sign too to reach out to them just to say hi, being like, hey, how are you? Just thinking about you. And so basically, who are you thinking about right now? See, maybe you just never know. You just never know. So you should reach out. Okay, so now we are moving on to Thursday's card, which is temptation. Ooh, this card definitely has a lot going on with it. And it has like a half a butterfly, half a moth. So it definitely feels like that temptation part of this card is very, very true. Let's see what it says. Are you in denial about having an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. Mm. The fairy of temptation reminds us that we all have desires. This is part of the human condition and it's totally fine. Desires may be things that make us happy or feel good, or be activities that can potentially harm us, such as smoking, drinking, or substance abuse. Alternatively, there is a temptation to be or feel holier than thou, or the most spiritual, showing us that temptation can manifest in many ways. Junk food is something many people are tempted by. This is mainly due to the way it's advertised, but also when we're craving certain nutrients and vitamins, in which case we need to get a quick fix by eating things that are often very sugary. We can learn to overcome the negative aspects of temptation with the help of the fairies. Go outside in nature, dig a small hole and whisper or shout out loud anything you wish to remove from your life. These can be temptations that do not or no longer serve your highest spiritual and physical good. Now fill the hole with the soil you dug out. The fairies can help you transmute your misdirected energy into healthy, harmonious, and positive energy so you feel rebalanced and realigned. The more balanced you are, the less likely you are to succumb to temptation. The fairy of temptation is not to judge the temptation. She is just merely showing you ways in which you can regain control over this aspect of your life. She can make us feel empowered and able to say no to the things we know aren't good for us. With empowerment comes confidence, and with confidence comes the ability to make positive choices in our lives. I love this so much because it's going to be different for each one of us. Whatever is tempting us, we can get help from the spiritual realm and have it released. No matter if it's just like a diet thing and sugar addiction, or whether it's something like smoking or another bad habit. And so I'm just going to leave that there. And on Thursday, we really have to make sure that our bad habits are not holding us back in life, that we are still able to keep on going forward and doing the things that truly make us happy, because we don't want to regret these things when we get older. We don't want to look back and be like, wow, that was so stupid that I stopped myself from doing that. And there's so many things that I can bring up right now that will be like, yes, you might regret that, but right now it seems like it's a big deal. But in 10, 20 years, is it going to be a big deal? Like, for example, if you're thinking about doing a runaway to like Florida, maybe a weekend getaway, and right now you're like, oh my God, but money is so tight. And then what about this bill? And what about that bill? Do you think that you are going to remember about those bills in 20 years? You are not going to remember that. You are going to remember that trip to Florida, probably, or that trip to California. You're going to remember all of that, but you're not going to remember that maybe you were a few days late on your bill or your bill was really high. You have gotten through everything in your life up to this point, and guess what? You're going to continue to get through it. So take those chances. Have a little bit of fun, because in 10, 20 years, 15 years, however long, next year, you're not going to remember those things. So that is your homework, okay? Is to not allow yourself to get scared if you are wanting to do something that's fun, something that you've been thinking about doing. And I think that this is true. I think I remember reading this somewhere or hearing this, but it's like people do not regret, oftentimes, the things that they did. They often regret the things that they didn't do. Let that absorb. Ooh, okay. Now we're moving on to Friday's card. It kind of seems like there's a lot of like energy near the end of next week. And let's see. Shine from within. This is the card that came up for Friday. I also see a little girl, and it says, looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. And I do feel, I see you becoming a beautiful butterfly. I feel like you transforming with everything. I feel like your wings have been hurt, but you're getting through this now. And I feel like you have such a beautiful spiritual connection, and you are hearing and seeing things correctly. And you might just be a little bit too hard on yourself. And you got to be delicate, man. You've been through a lot, and keep on going forward and just enjoy the ride a little bit. Everything isn't always about becoming a better person in therapy and self development and, shadow work. Just enjoy the moment. And especially on Friday, who cares what's going to happen with that relationship or with that job or with money? Be in the now, especially on Friday. Don't look so far ahead. Stop being so like anxious or excited for the future. Just be in the now on Friday. And it says here, this card may also be asking you to reflect on when you last wore a glamorous outfit or went to the hair salon. If you're neglecting yourself due to a busy job or home life, remember that making time for you is essential. Even just escaping for half an hour and taking a luxurious bath can help you to feel uplifted and energized. Feeling good about yourself, no matter what your age, is beneficial, not just for you, but also those around you, especially younger people who are strongly influenced by the behavior of the adults around them. This card may also be asking if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and appearing as someone other than yourself, as themselves. So there's actually two more messages coming up for Friday. The first one is, are you taking care of you? Are you like wearing things that make you feel good? Or are you like hiding because maybe you feel fat or maybe you feel ugly? Guess what, Buttercup? There's so many of us that feel the exact same way as you. And I don't know about you, but many of us, the pandemic either made us or they broke us. Okay. And it's fine still. I'm at the heaviest weight that I've ever been in my freaking life. And guess what? I don't care. I still want to wear things that make me feel cute, and things that make me feel good. And look at what I did on Coffee and Cards on Sunday. I wore a pig outfit, and that was so much fun. I might do it again because it's just a lot of fun for me. But you know what else is really fun too? Is getting my nails done, getting that mani and pedi, making sure my hair is on point, and then walking through the store with a cute pair of heels on instead of constantly wearing my hoodies and Converses like I usually do. I wear the hoodies and Converse because I freaking love it. I think it's a cute style. I think that it makes me feel younger, but then also I don't feel so self conscious in it. But do you and me need to maybe wear something that we haven't worn in a long time, something that makes us feel a little good. Maybe it's going to be our little dress. Maybe it's going to be some cute leggings that we want to wear with a cute other pair of shoes, or, do like that messy look where your hair is all messy and then you wear a cute baseball cap with some hoops. This is also your homework. Going ahead and buying yourself something that's really cute that you feel really good in. If you don't have money, it is okay. You can freaking go to the Dollar Tree and they have some really cute like headbands and barrettes and things like that. Like you can totally do something along those lines. You can also go to a thrift store and find like a bracelet that looks really cute that you're dying for. Going on Facebook Marketplace, they have a lot of really good deals. But basically, don't let money stop you. I don't care if you have to apply for a freaking credit card at like Kohl's or something along those lines, or Macy's, and get you something that makes you feel freaking fantastic. I take back everything that I said about the dollar store or the thrift store, because you know what? You deserve something that is freaking amazing. That is it. You need to buy yourself something that is like, woo, loving this. Man, I kind of want to do that today. But if you don't do it today, and if you don't do it this week, then you got to do it by Coffee and Cards next Sunday. I. Now, the second message, really quick, for Friday is to watch out for other people who may be wearing a disguise, who may not be showing you the whole truth, who may be a little bit like you should pay attention to these red flags. Are they truly who they say they are? And maybe even they are just hurt right now, or maybe they're acting like they're okay when they're truly not. On Friday with these people, it's going to be very important for you to pay attention to your intuition. All right, because there has been times, especially like with my husband, when he says he's okay and I know he's not okay. And there's been times too where I tell him I'm okay, but I'm not okay. Even though I say that I am, I might act like I am, but I'm not. It may or may not have anything to do with him. So it's definitely going to be a day to read in between the lines with some people in your life. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And just to give you a heads up, on Wednesday's podcast, we are going to be going a little bit deeper as well. And I hope that you join me, because I am going to be sharing, my story, my parts of my stories, lots of parts of my story, giving you some details that I have never given. And the reason why I want to do that is because basically a lot of us have been hurt in our lives, and we have went through a lot. And I want to share with you some of those things so that maybe you can relate. And then maybe you can even take a little bit of golden nuggets, if you will, and see how it helped me become a better person, or help me share with the world. And maybe you can do the same, or maybe it'll just help you feel like you are not alone in a lot of things that you went through. All right, I hope that I see you on Wednesday for that episode. But if not, you definitely have to keep in touch with me at spiritual_Heather Danielle on Instagram, and also Facebook at Rise Into Your Power. All right, I will see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.